Hi, I just got back from a road trip. I went from Oregon into Idaho, Utah, and part of Arizona, and it was such a blast. So every time I travel like that, I keep a journal entry of everything that I did on that trip. And then at the end of the trip, I will sit down and read the previous journal entry, and I call that Campfire Diaries. It's a series I've been doing here for a while whenever I travel, just to keep the adventure going and inspire me to do more adventures. And so here we are, ready to do episode number 8 of Campfire Diaries. Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. Good morning. It is so early. It's still dark out. We're hopping on the MAX train to head to the Portland International Airport. We are catching an Alaska Airlines flight to San Francisco, California for the day for some much needed sun and fun adventure. Pete had a bunch of Alaska Airlines miles saved up from all his recent travels for work, so we booked our flights using just air miles. Our flight leaves PDX at 6:30 a.m. and will land in San Francisco at 8:18 a.m. I packed some yarn so I can crochet during the flight and also work on the Crocheting in Random Places series for the month of March for that crochet square. Once we land in San Francisco, we go straight to National Car Rental to pick up a car for the day, and then we hit the road for a full day of random adventures. We made a list with a bunch of stuff we hope to see to do, and we plan to go non-stop and cram as much adventure in this day as we can. Our first stop is Holy Cross Cemetery to visit the grave of American baseball center fielder, the Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio. And then a short drive over to Hills of Eternity Memorial Park, also in Colma, California, to see the grave of famous lawman Wyatt Earp. We drove out along the beach area and stopped for a quick couple pictures of the ocean. Then we headed into Golden Gate Park to walk around a bit. We stopped at this gorgeous windmill that had beautiful tulips all around the area, then walked back to the car to see more sights. We stopped at this interesting building to see Camera Obscura. It's an art gallery that was sadly not open at the time, but the building itself is a piece of art and in the shape of a camera. As a photographer, this was a wonderful place for a photo op, so I had Pete take a picture of me posing with my camera. Say cheese! We drove to Land's End and did a little hike. It was a rough one due to being so out of shape, but the payout was so worth it. The amazing view of the bay and the Golden Gate Bridge were just epic. We are going to be so tired and sore by the end of the day. The next stop was an even more incredible view of the Golden Gate Bridge and Battery Butelli? Not sure how to pronounce that. It's Boutelle. We spent a while here soaking in the view while recording footage for the Crocheting in Random Places video. The break was nice after that hike we just did. We drove over to the marina area and walked out on the jetty to the wave organ. This place is so neat and the sounds are amazing. The wave organ is a wave-activated acoustic sculpture that was constructed with materials taken from a demolished cemetery. The installation includes 25 organ pipes made of PVC and concrete located at various elevations within the site, allowing for the rise and fall of the tides. Sound is created by the impact of waves against the pipe ends. I took a little a recorder with me and recorded some of the sounds. So here, enjoy. Next stop, the Palace of Fine Arts. We walked in and around this gorgeous site and stopped in front to sit and crochet some more for the Crocheting in Random Places video. I think I may have sat here too long and got a tiny sunburn. Oopsie. Onto the Presidio to stop and check out the Yoda fountain outside of Lucasfilms. This is a must for any Star Wars fan. We also stopped and got Starbucks and enjoyed our drinks and snacks while sitting in front of some very pretty cherry blossoms. I love springtime. Where to next? Let's get back in the car and drive closer to downtown and go to the Maritime area. Here, we ended up walking out on the municipal pier for a really great view of Alcatraz and a view of Ghirardelli Square. We ended up walking around Ghirardelli Square a little bit, looking at various shops, then walked down towards Fisherman's Wharf, where we looked at more fun touristy shops. We walked back to the car and drove to Lombard Street and went down the steep one-block section with 8 hairpin turns. Now I can see why they call it the most crooked street in the world. We went to Coit Tower for some views of the city. Sadly, the tower itself was closed, which I was okay with because, to be honest, I don't think I could handle that many stairs, especially after hiking earlier and then walking around Ghirardelli Square and Fisherman's Wharf, etc. And I have a major fear of heights. At least we get to enjoy some nice views from the Coit Tower's parking lot. The day is going by so fast. We have to start making our way closer to the airport, but we still have more to see, so let's get back in the car. We made a quick stop to see the Painted Ladies. These lovely Victorian and Edwardian houses may look familiar if you are a fan of the TV show Full House. The iconic scene where the Tanners are having a picnic in the park with these houses in the background was filmed here at Alamo Square Park, located right across the street. Next stop is a place called Twin Peaks. And no, it's not the damn fine cup of coffee or cherry pie our favorite FBI agent Dale Cooper enjoys in the same name. This Twin Peaks is a 922-foot high summit with hiking trails leading up to wind-swept peaks and 360-degree views of the Bay Area. I would have to say by far the best view of San Francisco's skyline. The views are just breathtaking and very windy. This should be the Windy City, not Chicago. One more stop on our fun-filled, adventure-packed, non-stop day, and as a huge Disney fan, I'm super excited to see this one. We are at the home of Mia Thermopolis, played by Anne Hathaway. This former firehouse was used as Mia's home in the Disney movie The Princess Diaries. Starring Anne Hathaway, Julie Andrews, Mandy Moore, Chris Pine, and let's not forget Mia's cat, Fat Louie. All good things must come to an end, and now we drive back to the San Francisco airport to return the car rental to National. Catch the air train to the Alaska Airlines terminal for our flight back home. Once we made it through security, we stopped and had a nice dinner at a little bar and grill, then headed over to our gate to begin boarding process. Since Pete travels so much for work and usually flies Alaska, he has some awesome perks, and his seat ended up getting bumped up to first class, but mine did not. So he asked if he could trade and offer the first class seat to me, since I've never experienced first class before, and they were totally more than happy to allow it, especially since we were celebrating my birthday a few days later. Or a few days late. My birthday was a week before this trip. We landed back in Portland at PDX around 10:30 p.m. and made our way straight to the MAX train since we didn't have to worry about getting any checked luggage. It was close to midnight by the time we got home to a very excited shorty dog. It's late, we're tired, so it's time to clean up and go to bed. Overall, super fun day away in the sun doing all sorts of sightseeing, hiking, driving, etc. I love that we had this opportunity, and thanks to all the travels Pete has to do for work and the travel rewards he earns, this trip ended up This trip ended up costing pretty much next to nothing. We booked the flight for free using air miles, got a great discount rate on the car rental, so we basically paid car rental, gas, and food. Not too shabby. If all goes well, we are hoping to do another crazy day adventure like this again later in the year to someplace new neither of us have been before. But for now, that is it for Campfire Diaries Episode 8, Day Trip to San Francisco, California. Where to next? We are thinking road trip. You think? See you soon. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me for Campfire Diaries. I hope you've enjoyed all of my road trip vlogs. There's still more to come. A couple extras that I've done. And then we'll get back to regular random life adventures where who knows what I'm doing. We'll go do some fun and adventure-y things here in Portland. There's a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple months. Summer is going to be here before we know it. I'm hoping to get out and do some different events. We got, let me think. What do we have coming up? Doggy Dash. We've already registered Shorty. We're going to do the Doggy Dash walk in May. By the time you're watching this, it is May. We're going to do the Doggy Dash. Going to be going to Mike Bennett's Dinolandia exhibit that he's doing. Classic car shows should be coming again. Just all kinds of stuff. So hopefully you'll stick around, you'll subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when I upload. It's usually Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But you never know. I may post an extra video here and there. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go drink some water. Have a great day. Bye, guys.